Hi everyone, we've got a grade 9 functions question here for a GCSE. This is actually off this year's GCSE paper 1 and it's the last question on the paper. Okay, so it says it's worth 5 marks. So g of x is equal to 1 minus 3x, h of x is equal to 2x squared minus 1. Show that 3 times g of h of x plus h of g of x equals 0 has just one solution for x. So first of all, we need to think about our composite functions, and let's find an expression for g of h of x to start off with. So g of h of x. So what's going to happen is h of x is going to go into g of x. So we're going to find g of h of x. So g of 2x squared minus 1. Okay, so g of that. And then what is g of x? G of x is 1 minus 3x. So we're going to do 1 minus 3 times our new x, like so. So we can now expand that bracket. So that's going to go to 1 minus 6x squared, and minus 3 times minus 1 is going to go to plus 3. So we're going to end up that whole thing is going to simplify into 4 minus 6x squared. So 4 minus 6x squared, let's just double check that. So we've got g of h of x. So our h of x, 2x squared minus 1, is going into g of x. G of x is 1 minus 3x. So then we expand the bracket, so we get 3 times 2 is 6. A minus times a minus makes a plus. 1 plus 3 is 4. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So now we want to find an expression for 3 times g of h of x, which is just going to be 3 times our 4 minus 6x squared. So we're going to have 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times 6 is 18x squared. So there we go. Now, let's do the same for h of g of x. Find an expression this time now for h of g of x, the other way around. So we're going to do h of g of x this time, g of x being 1 minus 3x, h of x being 2 times x squared, so this time 1 minus 3x squared minus 1. Because what's happened is our h of x has become, as it were, the new x in the equation. It's gone into the equation. Okay, perfect. Right, let's have a look at this now. So what we're going to do now is we're now going to expand this. So we're going to have 2 times 1 minus 3x minus another 3x plus 9x squared, and minus 1. Then let's collect like terms and expand the bracket. So we're going to have 2 open bracket 1 minus 6x plus 9x squared minus 1, which is going to go to 2 minus 12x plus 18x squared minus 1, which is going to go to 1 minus 12x plus 18x squared. Okay, so there we go. That is our h of g of x. Good. So now we've got to show that 3 times g of h of x plus h of g of x equals 0 has just one solution. So in other words, we're going to equate these expressions. We're going to add them together, put them equal to 0, and let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, here we go. So our 3 times g of h, well, I'll just write this down, 3gh of x plus h of g of x equals 0. 3 times g of h of x we found was 12 minus 18x squared. And we found that h of g of x we found was 1 minus 12x plus 18x squared equals 0. Now, at this stage, we've got a quadratic emerging here. So what we need to do is just literally now solve our quadratic and see what we get. And the fact that we've got one solution means we're either going to have a repeated root, or it means that the squared term is going to cancel. And in fact, we can see that the squared term is going to cancel because minus 18x and plus 18x squared, sorry, they cancel. Minus 18x squared and plus 18x squared cancel. 12 add 1 is 13, so we have 13 minus 12x is equal to 0. And let's take the 12x over the other side. And then finally, we're going to divide by 12. So x is equal to 13 over 12. And we've shown, therefore, that we have only one solution. So that was a grade 9 question from 2025's paper 1 from Edexcel this year. And I hope that you found that useful. I'll see you in the next video.